get in, cause they said no hoods. Fuck it, back to the ends for a shrubs. If you see how I ride on the beat, it's fucked. Still doing bits, still fucking it up. Come through, girl, them are still looking at us. Yeah, I'm just duppy in dubs. Can't talk shit on the mic, caught AI switch on the mic, I'm shutting him up. Man, just rip up the mic, bare fans, them are feeling the vibe. I'm loving the love, big up the DJs, pulling it up. I'll teach one about vibes and energies, just listen up and study the book. RB said, should we make another? I said, don't know G, we'll lace it, brother. I swear MCs better start taking cover, and if you want...
What's good, people? Welcome to today's vlog. We are heading up to Birmingham to spend some time with a coach. I am stressed out getting on this train, finding the platform, all that kind of stuff. That stresses me out, and I'm always late. I'm the type of person that's always late to events, parties, I don't know, gatherings. I'm always the last one to turn up. I used to be the first one to turn up, but now I'm just always late. We have a meal on the go. I'll show you actually what I've got. So in here we have some asparagus, we have some beef mince, and we have some kale with some mustard and some ketchup. I'm gonna polish off these rice cakes, which I just started. As always with this prep, never missing a meal, never missing anything. Always ticking those boxes, ensuring that I finish the day knowing I've done everything. So yeah, let's get this vlog started and I'll see you in a bit. So we made it finally. What an absolute fucking nightmare that was. Oh God, trying to fit through. What a nightmare that was. Basically, the train stopped working or something happened on the line. So I had to get a bloody coach. Now me sitting on a coach is, oh dear, especially in this weather right now. It was bloody hot, stuffy, full of people. Just absolutely horrendous, if I'm honest with you. Finally made it. Now it's time to find the crew, wherever they may be. I don't know Birmingham very well. So we have arrived at Flexitine, and dear Lord, slightly worried, AJ. I don't know about you, mate. Slightly worried about this area where we're at. I'm holding on to my bag for dear life because I'm not sure if we'll come out on the other side, you know. Oh dear. Oh wow. This looks very safe. Oh God. Wow. Is that the door? No, it's male toilets. Okay. Jesus Christ. I don't need to warm up, I don't think. Is there more? Imagine him getting up these stairs. Finally. Welcome to our house. Our home.
Positive vibes. I only talk with the positive guys. Negative energies got man nowhere. Only the positive rise. Like positive vibes. I only fought with the positive guys. Negative energies got man nowhere. Only the positive rise. 2018, please open your eyes. I don't wanna hear about white boy can't spit. Build up a team and choose your top 5. I'll jump on the mic and the log get ripped. Man's a machine when it's time to rhyme. Yo, last year's haters are calling me sick.
Like the feeling afterwards is unreal. Flexitine. Huge. Yeah. It's amazing. To be fair, it's bigger than what I thought, actually. But it's very cluttered, like all that area and stuff like that is a lot cluttered.
Got ratings, still don't care for the man I hate him. Blow, oi, positive vibes. I only fought with the positive guys. Negative energies got man nowhere. Only the positive rise. Like positive vibes. I only fought with the positive guys. Negative energies got man nowhere. Only the positive rise. I made other man sets get cut, cause the crowds are asking for me when a man's on stage. Yeah. Fuck it up, get cake, everything.
Famous old JP trains here. So me and AJ travelled up to Manchester. This is the furthest I've ever been up north. And I'm fucking excited for this one. Leg session. Need that motivation, especially whilst being on prep. Kind of need that kick up the arse. Damn, I'm looking forward to this. This gym is fucking tacky. It's crowded and like it's clustered. Like there's so much shit. It's dusty and everything. But it's a fucking old school gym. So that is our session rounded up. Wow, what a session, what a gym as well. Probably the best gym I've been to ever. Don't know how much I recorded, but that will be the full workout will be on the Made by Morris website, which will be linked down below. It was good because I needed that kick. I've been training my own for a long period of time now, so I really needed that kick. But wow, what a gym, what an atmosphere. Kit is amazing. Fucked. Good morning, guys. So we're out here in Birmingham. It's the following morning. I'm on my way to a pure gym to do my fasted cardio. Still, as we're away, we're not missing a session, and when it comes to all that stuff, we can be very regiment, getting up nice and early. As always, ticking those boxes. I posed with AJ this morning. He told me, went through my posing and critiqued where I'm at in regards to just overall condition, how lean I am, and he says I'm in a really good position, like really good. So that is motivational for me, because right now when I'm prepping, I have that skinny kind of feel to me right now. I feel just generally kind of skinny and shit, so I always need that kind of, I don't know, I need people to almost, how can I say this? I just need reassurance. That's what I need. I need reassurance quite constantly when I'm in a diet, because I just feel skinny. I feel small, I feel skinny, I feel weak. But it's good to know that someone of AJ's caliber, like I've always said, tells me, George, you're in good shape, it's okay, like relax. Because I'm a stressful dieter. I've been I stress over the tiniest little bits and bobs. But we're on the way to Pure Gym doing our cardio. Nice little walk to start the day to get there. Had my coffee, had my Yihimbine, and we're just doing what needs to be done. So many people were wondering, like, what's going on? It's just, you know, we need to stop just rambling. That is 30 minutes done on the old Stairmaster. Cardio, remember, is meant to be fucking hard. You want to get off that cardio machine after 5 minutes. That's cardio. This right now, what I'm doing, it's not cardio, it's steps. Remember that. You need to be working in well over 120 beats per minute in order for you to actually work your cardiovascular system. So keep that in mind. If you're sitting here pouncing on a fucking treadmill right now listening to me, get on the old Stairmaster and absolutely dread it. Wanting to get off after 5 minutes. Motivation this morning after AJ checked in with me is fucking high. I'm motivated to smash this push session today, the rest of this prep, and do myself proud, because I know I can do this. I've seen myself this morning, I've seen the pictures, I thought, yes, I can actually do this. I can actually do something with my physique, instead of sitting there going, not sure, is this a waste of time? I know I can do something, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Simple as that. So get on with these steps, and I'll see you for some fresh air outside. Can't fucking wait for that, I tell you. That pollution smell. This city is just like full of construction. Everyone's doing work around here. It's literally crane galore. I've never seen so many cranes in a city in my life. Luckily this Pure Gym's like about a 5-minute walk from AJ, so it's quite nice. Don't have to find a fucking gym which has a Stairmaster, which is great. Yeah, gonna get home and we have a push session later, which I'm really looking forward to. I think we're training at Weld's Gym. I don't know where the fuck that is. So guys, so I wanted to do a little bit of an update in regards to where I am at 12 weeks into my contest prep. So I'm going to hand it over to AJ. He's going to let you know his thoughts, as I'm too lean man, all that kind of stuff that I get all the time. You're going to come in looking like a twig and all that kind of stuff. So over to you, mate. Just explain everything as best as you can.
Cool.
I know you're better than me at doing that.
Okay, sure. So, hello again, guys. I think I'm wearing the same hoodie as I was last time. Thanks first up for all your support for George on this prep so far. Like the comment section I read, of course, on every single video, and it's been fantastic. So really appreciate that, and keep it coming, because we'll need it for sure over the next 16 weeks. They're only going to get a little bit tougher than the previous 12. So obviously the last time we spoke, George just started prep. We started in a really good position. His calories were high, and we only made small pulls to get him in the initial deficit. Yeah. We spent like the first few weeks sort of just trying to determine where his deficit really was at and determine a consistent rate of loss. So we didn't really want to lose any more than a percentage of his body weight. When you start to lose at more than a percentage of your body weight, you're going to start to see huge detriments in performance, strength output, and therefore muscle retention will kind of go out the window. However, our propensity to hold on to lean tissue at this stage is actually pretty good. So our rate of loss could be pretty fast, or at least faster than it's going to be towards the end. So we've done that in the sense that we've pulled off close to a pound or a pound and a half per week pretty consistently from about week 10 onwards. So that's seen George down to now just coming up to the low 150s. We're about to break into what is sort of his stubborn sticking point around 150, which is good because at this point he's, as you all have commented on, all of you guys saying that he's too lean, that he's, you know, in a good position. He is already pretty lean. He is lean, yes, but he's nowhere near yet contest lean. And there's a big difference between being lean for Instagram or lean for the beach, whatever, comparatively to being lean on a bodybuilding stage. Like bodybuilding stage condition is just completely different. Okay, we're talking about lines on his arms, we're talking about deep separated hamstrings, we're talking about quad detail from the knee to the hip. This is not detail or separation that many people achieve. Why? Because they don't give themselves this amount of time. Okay, so when we set out 29 weeks out, we had a lot of time on our hands so we could get into this kind of condition with that scaled rate of loss. So as you can see, what I was talking about previously links into the amount of time that we've had. We're scaling it to a rate of loss so that we can have enough time not to lose tissue. Because at the same time period, you're looking at George's physique, he's not the most muscled junior that you'll ever see. So our ability to not only get into condition, but also our ability to hold on to lean tissue is like our absolute paramount. It's like peak importance, because if we lose too fast, we lose too much muscle, we'll be in a position where yes, we'll be conditioned, but we'll also look like, you know, like people are saying, you're gonna look like a skinny rat.
Yes.
Which is not gonna happen because we're losing at the appropriate rate. So food's still in a really good spot. I've got his trackers up in front of me here, so we're about 2,600 calories on a training day, and just under that, actually, just under that on a non-training day. The only shift is a slight change in dietary fats. So we go from 50 fat on a training day to 70 on a non, again just allowing for more essential fatty acids to come into the diet on the off days, where the ability for us to get essential fatty acids and things like salmon, dark chocolate, nut butters, etc. in on the training days is nigh impossible. You know, you're only having very minimal or trace fats on the training day, and that's something that probably won't change too much. We may go a little bit lower on the training day fats, but not so significantly. A couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we introduced 2 high days. So we were noticing that George's performance was just dropping off a little bit too much than I liked on push. So we sort of discussed that. We had a thought process that maybe we'd change around the volume quota on that day, perhaps removing some of the top sets max intensity work and going for more of an accumulating volume style of sessions. So what we do on the 2 main compounds is we'd go from one top set and a couple of back offs, or a back off, to 3 working sets of the same load, and the last set being the hardest. So instead of accumulating lots of fatigue in that initial set and producing a load of intra-session fatigue, we just have that sort of 3 sets approach, and the last set would be the hardest, and we get to the point where we've accumulated a nice degree of volume without battering our central nervous system, which is something you do have to think about when your calories are low and your recovery capacity is dropping. You have to think about how you're going to periodise your training, not only over the course of the mesocycle, which is inclusive of deloads, but over the course of the microcycle in terms of session to session. How are you creating fatigue from push going into pull, push going into legs, or legs going to pull, etc, etc. That's something that's constantly being tweaked. My end with George's very good feedback. He's been absolutely bang on with his feedback in terms of what's going on in the sessions, not being a bitch, not complaining when he shouldn't be complaining, but just being honest, which is super fucking key. So we introduced the 2 high days. The approach, we didn't change the training, we just introduced the high days. So we pulled up with 500 grams of carbs, 40 fat, and protein brought down slightly to aid with digestion on that day. So again, fat's been very low, predominant source coming in as carbs. You've seen on his refeed days what those look like. If you haven't, please watch them. So 500 carb, 40 fat, 200 protein came in on the 2 high days. We did these back to back for a reason. Now, most of the refeed literature or high day literature or research will suggest that a momentary increase in calories to beyond or at maintenance is not going to yield results over a 24-hour period. Okay, so we're not going to see that potential shift in hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin. We're not going to see that shift in potential body water that we're going to shift away by being in outside of a state of dieting with a 1-day refeed. So the 2-day approach allows us to simply remove some of that body water that we've accumulated, remove some of that dietary fatigue, potentially balance out some leptin and ghrelin that we've obviously started to suppress slightly through dieting, or at least shift. So that puts us in a position metabolically where we're more efficient coming down to the low days, and George starts to churn away at fat loss. But with that being said, what we've seen with George is he's churning through fat loss on the lower calorie days, which aren't even low. He's accumulating quite a significant amount of dietary stress, okay? So he's getting this sort of filmy, watery look by the end of the week. His weight's up. We refeed him, his weight comes down, which is a response to dropping off some body water, some water retention from dieting. Dieting is a stress. You diet hard, you accumulate water retention. Simple, okay? We removed that on the 2 high days. What this is also doing already at 17 weeks out is allowing us to see George in a bit of a fuller state. So obviously when we're depositing a lot of intramuscular fullness from the glycogen, 500 grams of carbs, we're seeing a more tighter permeated look. You know, even after training legs yesterday, looking at George this morning in natural lighting, his legs are still very dry and cut and separated, which is a great sign. His upper body, besides his back, was looking nice and fairly full in the side shots. His back has definitely flattened out a little bit over the previous weeks, which is something that I really want to pay attention to when it comes to his training. I want his pull sessions to be very productive in terms of contractions, but also holding on to numbers as best as we possibly can to not lose any tissue from that area specifically. I may even think about if I need to rejig volume, perhaps even, you know, shifting in some extra food on those days and making sure his refeeds are programmed around pull, as well as trying to retain push, is going to probably be a good thing. So perhaps his next refeed, instead of falling on legs and push, it might fall on push and pull, just to again maximize the performance on those days. So as you can see, it's a fairly analytical process that we're going through. It's certainly not just here's your macros, George, off we go. It's like, okay, what's going on within training, what's going on within stresses, what's going on with the look. And this is just to literally get George like looking his absolute fucking best. I care about him looking his absolute fucking best a lot. I want him winning shows, simple, and I believe he can do that. So we're going to do our absolute utmost to get him there and winning shows and lifting trophies this year. I'm going to keep pummeling that into him as well, no homo, in the sense that I will boost his confidence and mindset, because I think mindset and confidence is something that not only is important across the board in coaching, but is something that George lacks a little, in the sense that he's quite critical on himself, and sometimes in his videos you'll see him get very emotionally driven in his sessions, which is fine, but we need to control that. We need to understand that at some point performance might not be so good, and that's okay. And we just focus on giving it our all every single day. So if George has a bad session, he puts that up on his YouTube, just use the comment section to say, it's okay, George, you'll get back on track next time. And he needs lots of people telling him that, which, you know, he'll listen to. Steps cardio wise, cardio is pretty simple at the moment. We're just doing 30 minutes of the stairs on a push and a rest day. At the moment that's not impacting leg training too much, but I do want to be careful with that towards the end in terms of flattening off the quads. Again, losing some sort of sweep in the vastus lateralis. We may see that as if he's pummeling his legs quite a bit on the stairs. Steps are moderate. You know, he has been some days, I can see, we've mentioned this together when he's come up to Birmingham, sort of going over, thinking that more is better. When in reality, what we're doing at the moment is perfect. It's losing him at the efficient rate of loss, and he doesn't need to do any more. So that's something that I'm just going to get him to strictly hit around about 10,000, obviously. You know, I'm not permitting him to, you know, as soon as he's got 10,000, he gets an Uber back home. You know, don't have to do that, but to the point where it's not worth going up to 14, 15, you know, that is an actual change that I'd like to make if I've got that in my arsenal later on. So in terms of this week's check-in, no changes at all. We obviously checked in person this week, which is fantastic. I love the fact that, you know, George has made the effort to come up here again, and it's a, you know, pleasure to be surrounded by, you know, clients and good friends on a you know, fairly regular basis up here at Birmingham. So that's perfect. We got pushed today, so I'm sure George will put some footage of that either in other clips or in other vlogs. And as always, guys, if you want to follow his prep more, want to learn more about what the changes we're making, please do sign up for the site. I know George plugs it a lot already, but I just thought I'd plug it away there a little bit. We're putting a lot of effort into the site, you know, both me and George and everyone else that's contributing. You know, the logs are active on a daily basis. George updated his this morning. You can see his full diets, his setup, his training sessions, everything you can see on there. And we're going to get some sessions of George just on himself filmed for the site as well in the future. We've got lots from Jack Thorburn going up. We got our leg session filmed yesterday, so you can expect plenty of wicked stuff coming your way very soon. But for now, we're going to hit push, and that's everything covered. Is there anything else you wanted me to cover at all? Or
no, that's mate. You've covered it all, and I just want to say like thank you for the amount of effort, because I know people in the comment section are going to be like, I can't believe how much detail AJ goes into your prep and stuff like that. But I just want to say I appreciate that, and it keeps me going. Like I'm very, you know what I'm like when it comes to, I need reassurance quite often from yourself, just to tell me I'm doing okay and stuff like that. But you tell me that, and that's kind of what keeps me going, because I wouldn't be where I am now without you. So it's a little bit of a soppy one, but no, honestly, I appreciate it. You've really put a lot more effort than what I thought you did to begin with when we made that video. So I'm just going to keep working hard, keep doing what you tell me to do. I'm just going to ensure that I nail every single macro, every single step, every single cardio session training wise, do my best, and see where we end up, see what happens. I'm excited.
Me too.
So that's a full kind of update for you guys, if anyone gives a shit. I appreciate everyone that has watched this video. If you can like, subscribe, make sure you check out AJ, of course, on his, I'm sure you already know his Instagrams and socials and his member site, but I will put it down below. And yeah, we'll see you probably in the next one. I'm going to do a different video. I've got it all planned out. See you in a bit. Bye, bye, bye.
In a bit. Bye, bye, bye.
I'm looking so much more tan than you. I love it.